Sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna tase you in the balls real quick.
Hey everybody, it's B Diz the Rockstar, part of SuperObvious. In this video, we're talking about the huge problem that could have Scream 7 cancelled. Let's go.
I'll be right back.
Hello, Detective Ben.
Come and get it!
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
As I'm sure you know by now, Melissa Barrera, who plays Sam in Scream 2022 and Scream 6, was fired from Scream 7 because of her posts talking about the conflict overseas, which was considered to be anti-Semitic. Jenna Ortega, who plays Tara in Scream 2022 and Scream 6, who is Sam's sister, has left the Scream 7 project. Jenna Ortega had previously stated that her doing Wednesday Season 2 and also being in the new Beetlejuice movie could have her in a scheduling conflict for 7, but a lot of people think she is conveniently using those other projects as a way to get out of the movie because Melissa isn't going to be in it. Instead of her getting a bunch of heat and admitting she won't be in 7 because of how her co-star was fired, but instead saying it's because of scheduling conflicts with other projects, honestly, on some real, I would have done the same thing. So the Carpenter sisters, Sam and Tara, who were both being built from the last 2 movies to be the final girls moving forward in the franchise, are both not going to be in Scream 7. This alone could have 7 completely scrapped altogether. Before this whole situation happened with Melissa, we had the writer's strike, which messed up so many projects. Franchises I personally like, such as Scream, The Last of Us, The Walking Dead spin-offs, and more were all affected. I heard even the most anticipated video game that I've talked about so much on my channel, GTA 6, was almost affected, but the story, written part of the game, was pretty much already done by the time the writer's strike really went into effect. So with the core 4, who Chad had just officially named him, his sister Mindy, Tara, and Sam in 6, will already be missing 2 members in Scream 7, which is terrible. At this point, I'm not sure who else might want to leave the franchise following Melissa and Jenna out the door. The actors and actresses playing remaining characters such as Chad, Mindy, Kirby, Danny, and even Gail might not follow through with this movie. You never know. Gail is the only person in the franchise to be in every single Scream movie, so as far as loyalty to the franchise, I feel like she would be the least likely to exit out of Scream 7. So of course, the only option to give Scream 7 even a chance is that they have to bring back Neve Campbell to play Sidney Prescott, who was the final girl in the whole franchise until Scream 2022, where her screen time was minimal, and Scream 6, where she wasn't in the movie at all. Just quickly mentioned to Sam and Tara by Gail that Sid and Mark took the kids into hiding to be safe, and that was it. Neve Campbell wasn't in 6 because she felt what the studios were offering to pay her did not reflect her worth as the actress that this whole franchise was built on, so she wasn't in Scream 6. Now, Neve Campbell has a few options. When the studios reach out to her, which they will, to be the returning final girl again, will she take them up on the offer? Even if the studios give her a financial number that Neve feels is acceptable, will she forgive and forget about how the studios did her wrong during the last movie and just went on without her? Neve could demand twice what they are willing to offer her and really put the studios in a tough spot, because there is definitely no Scream 7 with no Sidney Prescott, especially if the characters of Sam and Tara aren't in it. Sid being in 7 is the only way for this to even have a chance of working. What will suck is the missing members of the core 4 trying to be explained in a convenient line or two on why they aren't around, just like they did with Sid in Scream 6. That's going to be tough as a Scream fan and know the real reasons for missing characters, especially big ones like Sam and Tara. The director of Scream 7, Christopher Landon, posted, "Heartbroken emoji, everything sucks, stop yelling." Later on, that Melissa Barrera getting fired was not his decision. The sad thing about all this is that Sam, being the daughter of Billy Loomis, who is the original and most notorious Ghostface of them all, Sam's story was definitely being built as the most important in the story for the core 4. Her seeing visions of her dead dad and this evil building up inside of her, and not knowing if she could turn full psycho, and not just to protect herself and her people from danger, but actually becoming like her dad. Sam's story was being built so great, and for this to just be scrapped is very sad for me as such a big Scream fan. What also sucks, Melissa not in 7 seems like this could affect the jobs of everyone of the whole movie if the movie is scrapped. And that includes the cast, writers, directors, film crew, like everyone who does their part to make this movie happen could be out of the job. I also heard somewhere that she could be fired from that black and white monster movie Melissa was supposed to star in. Like her career could be very damaged, if not over. We all know about the zero tolerance policy in jobs. I feel instead of firing her for giving her opinion on a very touchy and sensitive issue, give her a chance to apologize publicly on how her words could have been taken the wrong way, especially if she is willing to do that to smooth everything over with certain members of the public as well as the people in the film studio that made her firing happen just like that. And also, celebrities need to be more conscious that yes, you have the right to say what you want about whatever you want, but you need to be constantly mindful about what you post, give opinions on, when you go on rants, especially about topics that are sensitive to others. When you have that reputation and fame power to where millions of people can see what you say, try better to be mindful and responsible to not make things worse for social media and the online community, especially if you're just emotionally feeling some kind of way at that time. Remember, when you post stuff online, it's there forever, and people can slant the context any way they want to make you look bad. I have a video on the way talking about how the story could still work in Scream 7 without Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega in an upcoming video, so be on the lookout. But yeah, that's the video. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Melissa Barrera being fired and not being in Scream 7 because of the stuff she said online. Do you agree with what happened? Also, how do you feel about Jenna Ortega leaving the movie as well? Do you think Scream 7 stands a chance without them, even if Neve Campbell returns? Like and share the video, subscribe, tell other Scream fans to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Totally for sure.